Hey everyone, I'm Mr. Guy, and we just had a brand new Nintendo Direct today. For the first time in like a year and a half. It's pretty crazy. There was a lot of stuff going on. There were a couple big things, and overall I think it was pretty good. Probably not at the. It probably would. Probably didn't live up to the hype, but I think directs almost never do, so I can't really hold that against it. But yeah, let's just get into it. So let's just go chronologically here. First thing, of course, was Smash with Pyra and Mithra. Now, I've never played Xenoblade, so obviously it didn't really do it for me. But what I will say is that I'm happy for the people that like Xenoblade. I mean, that's pretty cool. But also, like, I was totally convinced it was like a new DLC for Xenoblade 2 for like most of it until they went to Battlefield. It was really it was cool. It was convincing. Next thing, Outer Wilds. I've heard really, really, really good things about it, and it looks like it runs pretty decently on Switch. So I think definitely gonna look at that. Yeah, it looks pretty cool. Next thing I want to talk about was Famicom Detective Club 1 and 2. That was a surprise. It's never come to America before, and like the Japanese version of these games came out like a year ago at this point. So I didn't think they would do it, and well, here they are. So that's pretty cool. Legend of Mana. I never played one before, but I think I kind of need to, and like this one also looks pretty good, so I might start with this one. This looks pretty interesting. They also just had like one final trailer for Monster Hunter Rise before it comes out. I guess just to remind us, like, hey, it's coming out in a month, you better buy it. It looks really good. I think, like, it's weird seeing a Switch port that is like 100% from the ground up that actually looks great, because a lot of Switch ports were not built from the ground up and they look fuzzy or aliasy or just not super duper compared to like first party games. But this actually looks great, which is awesome, and it's Monster Hunter, and I really need to play one of those, so I might as well start with the Switch one. And then I think after that we had some other stuff I don't care enough to talk about. And then the first major announcement from Nintendo was Mario Golf. What was it called? Super Rush. Okay. Super Rush. It wasn't really a huge shock to me because, like, Camelot's last game came out like 3 years ago, Mario Tennis Aces, so I figured they were working on something. But we haven't had a Mario Golf game in forever, so it's really cool to see it here, and it looks good, it's Mario Golf, so I can't really say much else. There's a story mode with like XP and stuff, and it like harkens back to the old handheld titles, which is really cool. And there's also this new speed golf mode, which is like everyone can hit whenever they want. You have to like race to the hole, but also do it in the fewest strokes. And there's like power ups and stuff, and it just looks really good. And it comes out in June, so that's awesome. Next up, we have No More Heroes 3. We got a date for that, August 27th. That's really cool. I played some of the first one, and it's really good, so I'm definitely looking at this. But the resolution does look pretty low. I mean, I'm not too concerned because we still have a good 7 months before it comes out, but yeah, I mean, it looks really like another No More Heroes, and I'm here for that, so that's cool. Next up, we had an indie title, Neon White. That is a really interesting looking game. It's first person, but it's movement based, but there's also these like cards that you use. It's really interesting. I think there's a lot of potential there, but the story might not be very good, and I'm just gonna wait for the cutscenes on that. You know what? I'm gonna wait for the reviews on that, and then see what they say. Next, we have DC Superhero Girls. That took up like 2 or 3 minutes of the direct. I really have no clue why. That was just funny to me, so I put it in my notes here. I mean, it just looks like your standard like tie-in shovelware, But I just feel like it was noteworthy because, like, why was it in the major direct? Like, remember in that partner showcase they had like the WWE game that also looked like crap? That's in that same vein, I guess. After that, they showed the new Plants vs. Zombies game, Battlefield Battle for Neighborville, Complete Edition. I was looking at this game when it was on other systems, and I like the first two Garden Warfare games, so I'll probably get this one. I just wish that they put the first Plants vs. Zombies game on Switch. Like, what is stopping you? Seriously, yeah, get on that. After that, we had Miitopia. This was also a big surprise for me. Like, I didn't think they would port like a late 3DS game, like 4 years after it came out, but I mean, it looks like a Switch game. They really cleaned it up nicely. And I was going to get it regardless because of just how ridiculous it is. So I think I'll probably get it on the Switch. Yeah, it comes out in May, so that's really cool. We had a deep dive on the new HD 2D engine game, Project Triangle Strategy. That is the worst name I ever heard in my life, but it does look, pretty good. Like, standard strategy. I've never actually, like, really delved into a strategy game before, so, like, maybe I can start with this. I don't know. The art style is just as good as Octopath Travelers was. So, there's that. Yeah, I might check it out next year. And they have a demo, so that's cool. Everyone can go get that for free. I just really hope that they pick a new name, because that is terrible. What was next? We had that like EA dodgeball game, Knockout City. It looked vaguely interesting. Apparently the developer also did Mario Kart Live Home Circuit, which was pretty, like, that's a fact, I guess. It's interesting. It's like dodgeball, and you fight, and I don't know what it is. I might try it if it's free. If it's not, I don't know. But, like, I'll see what reviewers say and, like, people, and I'll come to that conclusion at a later date, but right now I'm keeping an eye on it. Next, we had a physical version of Hades was announced with some nice little goodies, like a download code for the soundtrack, which was cool. Yeah, I've never played it, but I was looking at it. It's on my list of games to play, and because everyone loved the game who played it. It was nominated for Game of the Year, so, like, how could I not? And I like hard games. So when I pick it up, it'll definitely be the physical version. That's definitely. Yeah, probably. Cool. I'm saying a lot of those words today. Next, we had a Ninja Gaiden collection, Master Collection, I think it was called. That's really cool. I have been looking at those games. I haven't played them before, but I really want to. And the Switch, I love playing everything that I possibly can on the Switch, so I'll probably get that. It's also the Sigma versions of 1 and 2, which is cool. And not like black for 1, it's just like the ultimate editions put onto the Switch, which is great, and not on like the old stinky PS3, so they're not stuck on that anymore. Yeah, I've been waiting for these games to come over. June 10th, I think. Is it? Yeah, probably. I'll show the date. And then we had Age of Calamity DLC. They didn't really like tell us anything about it, other than that Purah and the other guy were going to be part of the roster. They didn't even say it. They just showed it. It was interesting. I've not played Age of Calamity, but I want to. And when I do get it, I'll probably get the DLC as well, because that's just how I roll. $20, whatever. That's how it is for Nintendo. I mean, cool, neat. I want to see more details on that. And then there was a little sizzle reel. Bravely Default 2 coming out in like a week, so I guess they kind of felt like, yeah, why not? That'll probably be good. I haven't played the first one, but I might play this one. I don't know. I just need to play more RPGs in general, so this would be, I don't know, Square. Is it Square? Whatever. It's, Bravely Default. This is the third game of the series, so I think it's been established that these are good. The Ghosts and Goblins game, that looks, I really want to play that. I like Ghosts and Goblins. So, and then like the art style is kind of like neat. It's a little bit amateurish, but it's also kind of neat, so overall I enjoy that. There's also Saga. I have never played those, but I think there's something to do with Final Fantasy, and I heard they were really good, so I mean, probably gonna check it out, at least see what people say about it, look at it. And then Apex Legends, I just really don't like Battle Royale games too much, and like it just doesn't seem to run very well on the Switch, so I'm probably not gonna get that, honestly. But I mean, I kind of felt like it was worth mentioning because it's been such a poorly kept secret for so long, And then there was a Zelda section with Eiji Aonuma coming on, and the first thing he said was that there's not going to be Zelda Breath of the Wild 2 news in this direct, and that was kind of disappointing. But he did say later in the year, so like maybe for like the June, quote unquote E3 direct, we'll see it. Hopefully it still comes out this year. I'm not too sure at this point because of what they announced right afterwards, which was Skyward Sword HD. Now, it wasn't the collection we were hoping for after Mario 3D All-Stars, but I think it's not surprising at all, considering that we had Wind Waker and Twilight Princess HD, and for me, it's totally cool because I was fine with those remasters, and this game looks fantastic on Switch. Seriously, this, I mean, honestly, like, just up in the resolution, you know, cleaning up the textures a little bit, it looks great. And they got the motion controls down 1-to-1, which is cool. Also, they added a right stick option for the sword, so that if you don't want to use the motion controls or you're in handheld mode, you can do that instead, which is great. I don't know what content they might have added, if any. I mean, I feel like if they did, they would have said it, but who knows? Maybe they added stuff. But if not, I don't really care, because I've never played the game, so it'll be my first time, you know, it's plenty of content for me, you know. For other people, I don't know, because it's $60 and they probably didn't add any content, and it's not like the most extravagant remaster, you know. But for me, it's cool, and it comes out in July, which is not that far away, so great. And then we had the one last thing, which was Splatoon 3. This game, I didn't even know if there was going to be another Splatoon game on the Switch, because I thought, like, you know, why would they do a third game if they could just keep updating 2, you know? But I guess the final Splatfest, Chaos won, and they were like, okay, this is what we do. That's what we did last time, so let's make another one. And it looks really cool. I mean, there's this whole wasteland thing, and then you get into this, hopefully the single-player campaign goes into the wasteland. You have this little octo something following you, this little dude, and it's pretty cool. You have this, like, Tokyo-like town. It looks like, I think, maybe it was, like, the remains of Tokyo, because in, you know, canon Splatoon, like, humans used to be there or whatever, but then they all died and the squid people came. So I think it's like a Tokyo-ish town, which is it looks really cool. And then they introduce some new things. They don't really go too far in depth because the game comes out next year, so that's, you know, kind of, they want to save some things. But, like, they showed a Twitter thread of just giving us some more details. Let me pull that up. Oh, they're the Salmonids, yeah. Your little follower is a small fry. That's pretty cool. I guess that this one likes you, so, you know, cool. The wastelands are called the Splatlands. Haha, very funny. The weapons look different. When you start a match, you have to, like, you can, like, jump from, like, an aerial thing, like a drone, and then you can pick where you want to land. It looks pretty cool. And they added new squid moves, and there's a new weapon, new specials, just a bunch of, you know, new things. But I think they're saving the big new thing for later, maybe E3 or, like, the fall direct, because, I mean, there's got to be, like, something huge that they added, you know, because, like I said, they could just update 2 forever, and they didn't. Also, I think this kind of discounts the possibility of a new Mario Kart coming anytime soon, because that's the same team. They make Splatoon and Mario Kart, so yeah, I didn't think there was going to be one anyway, to be honest, because Mario Kart 8 Deluxe sold so incredibly well, and it keeps continuing. That made sense. It continues to sell well to this day. It's at like 33 million or something, so I never thought there was going to be one on the Switch anyway. But Splatoon was a shock to me, because it sold really well too, like 10 million almost, 11, I don't even know, a lot. So yeah, overall it was good direct. The third parties showed up, in my opinion. Nintendo had a couple big things. Zelda might be a bit of a disappointment to me and to everyone else, but, like, probably a lot more to everyone else than me, if I'm honest. I'm pretty excited to play new Zelda, and we didn't get Breath of the Wild 2 news, which is a little lame, but hopefully we will at E3, and hopefully it will come out this year as, like, the holiday game. Crossing my fingers. We also didn't get any announcement for Switch Online, like a new system or anything. That was surprising to me as well, and also pretty lame, because we've had Super Nintendo for a year and a half now, and, like, we have 2 major games to add to that, and then that's kind of it. We have, like, Earthbound and Mario RPG, and then the rest are third parties, so, like, there's not much, and then, like, Earthbound Beginnings for the NES, but that's it. After that, like, they kind of have to add a new thing, or, like, just announce that they're done, because we can't just keep getting these obscure games. I mean, I appreciate, you know, preservation. It's cool to like, what's this game? I've never heard of this before. And like recently they added Fire and Ice was the NES game they added, and I heard that was actually good. So that's cool. But yeah, I just really hope they add like N64 or Game Boy or something soon, because it's getting a little stale. It's already been 4 years. We should have N64 by now, but like, let's do that next, please. Thank you. We should have everything by now. Nintendo, I don't get you sometimes, but enough of my rambling. It's been almost 20 minutes here, so I'm gonna wrap it up. Hey everyone, thanks for watching. As you might have noticed, I have a new camera, so that's pretty cool. I am working on the next video. It's just taking a while because, well, I'm lazy. So hopefully that's out as soon as possible. I mean, next week would be like ideal, you know. Really just as soon as I can record the rest of the footage and, you know, just all the steps that go into making a video. Just I thought this would be a good thing to have in the meantime. So yeah, I'll see you then.